Hi, I'm Jodi, Bakst broker, owner of Real Estate Experts. And today I'm going to answer the question, do you need to get a home inspection if you're purchasing new construction? So the answer to the question is absolutely yes. Many people think that because they're buying new construction that the builder is going to do everything right, and then the city or county or whichever officials are going out to the property repeatedly, and that there's different checks for the permits along the way. That's absolutely true, but everybody is human. And, we find mistakes all along the process, and it just happens. So it's highly advisable to have a professional, another, independent set of eyes, a professional checking on your behalf. I actually recommend to all of my buyers who are building new construction that they actually have 3 inspections, not just one. So that's the footings, the framing, and then the final inspection. And the first 2, the footings and the framing, I recommend using a structural engineer. Sometimes a home inspector does a framing inspection. It's rare that they do a footings inspection. And then the final inspection would be a regular home inspector. So the footings are poured after the site is cleared and it's been done being prepared. Then they're going to pour the footings, and the footings are what supports the foundation. So a structural engineer will go out and they'll evaluate the placement of the footings against the building plans, and then they will measure the depth of the footings and the width of the footings, which is also called the projection, and that's where your walls are sitting. I mean, I am thrilled when I get reports back from the structural engineer that everything is fine, but sometimes they're not fine, and the projections are off, so that means that the wall wouldn't sit properly. So these things are really important, and sometimes the builder needs to go back and make a correction. The second inspection that is also extremely important is called a framing inspection or a pre-drywall inspection. So once the framing goes up, then the next thing the builder is going to do is put the plumbing pipes in the wall, and they're going to pull the electrical. And then the next thing they're going to do is put up the drywall. So before that drywall goes up, it's the only time that you can see inside those walls at exactly where everything is and how things have been constructed. So that's the second time a structural engineer will come in and look at the building plans against how they've actually framed out that house and let you know if everything's okay. Again, I'm thrilled when it comes back clean. Love it. But many times it doesn't. And I have clients building a pretty expensive house right now. We just had the framing inspection done, and it came back with 4 pages of things that needed to be taken care of. So it just happens. So then the final inspection, once the builder has received a certificate of occupancy and the electricity is on and all systems are go, then you have your final home inspection. And this is an important one too. I mean, it's just amazing. There's so many pieces in the process and so many people touching everything. It just makes sense to have another independent evaluation. I've had, issues where, roofers still needed to come back. The electrical, those things weren't perfect with the HVAC system. One time we had the dampers that were like reversed. They were backwards. One time we had the hot and cold water reversed at the source. So it wasn't just one sink. It was every sink, every shower, every toilet. It was wrong. So things just happen. So you might be saying, how much is this going to cost you? Is this going to, really, go break your budget? And these things are not that expensive. And as far as I'm concerned, it's money really well spent. A structural engineer for both the footings and framings inspection should cost maybe, $400 to $500 each. And then a home inspection is typically priced based on the size and age of the house. So let's just say it's a 2,500 square foot house. Maybe it would, cost $500 or $550. These are not expensive items in the grand scheme of the cost of your new home, to make sure that, every I has been dotted and every T has been crossed. So this is how I work with my clients. If you have any questions about new construction and inspections, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or any of the agents at Real Estate Experts. We'd be happy to help. And thank you for listening today.